So, hi guys, welcome to another video. And in this one, I have with me Anusha Soni, who was a student of the 2016 batch of IPM at IIM Indore. Anusha has been among the most amazing students of IPM IIM Indore. She has held numerous positions of responsibilities during her course. She has done some great internships and is currently working as the marketing manager at Bajaj Auto Limited. So, hi Anusha, welcome to the meet.
It's always good to be back for IPM.
So, how have you been doing lately?
I have been doing great after college. It's been a very, very different ride from what college was. So yes, I've been out there in the world post-college, not in a protected environment like college was, but it has been quite a ride.
Great. So, let us begin. Can you share some memories or experiences of yours from the college life? Some unique experiences.
Okay. Okay. So to some experiences of 5 years in a short span would be slightly difficult for me, but I think IPM has been a really, really significant part of my life, very, very naturally, because we were kids right out of 12th when I joined, and basically IPM is the course that saw me grow up. So I think that way, all of the memories related to struggling, not struggling, doing well, not doing well, laughing with your friends, crying with your friends. It's just a wide range of emotions that IPM made me experience both personally and professionally. There are a lot of things related to how there was competition that made you grow, how there were faculties that used to just end the class with a line that stayed with you. There were friends who we still turn to in moments of happiness and sadness. So I think, yes, IPM has given me enough and more memories to keep going back to for the next 10, 20 years of my life.
Great. So, you discussed like IPM has helped you become what you are right now. I mean, so can you just share like, in brief, how did it help build your career like in a stepwise direction during this course of 5 years?
Okay. So just to be honest, when we enter IPM, I don't think anyone knows what they really want to do 5 years down the line. We might come with a notion that, okay, I want to do consulting, I want to do finance, and having no idea at all at what do these fields exactly entail. But yes, much like everyone else, I entered as a starry-eyed kid who just wanted to experience new things. And moving out of IPM, I would like to believe that I was way better groomed to face the world outside. I was way better equipped to deal with challenges, hard times. I had way better equipped both in terms of my skill set, plus in terms of having a solid group of people to fall back on. So I think in terms of how IPM contributed to where I am right now, first of all, I don't think I'm at a great place to be celebrated as such. I'm just getting started yet. But yes, I think wherever I am right now, it's largely just IPM. If it wouldn't have been for the kind of course that IPM was, or the kind of diverse courses that we were exposed to, or just the competition for that matter, I wouldn't have been this way. I wouldn't have been conducting myself in the manner that I do right now. I probably wouldn't be performing as well at work as I am right now, because a large part of how to conduct yourself professionally is what IPM taught us. At the end of the day, it's a program in one of the top B schools of the country, and that culture is natural to percolate even in the undergrad course, even if it's not eventually the postgrad course. Like right from year one, we are exposed to the culture that most people are only exposed to in their postgrad. So I think all of that just the sheer environment that we lived in for 5 years, that just shaped me as both the person and the professional that I am right now. So I think most of what I am, I just owe to IPM.
So I think that is one unique thing to IPM, the professional environment that we are groomed in from the first year only. I think we cannot find that anywhere in other undergraduate courses. So
Right.
again, you shared that the peer group and the faculty member again played a really important role. So just a little bit insight on how did you feel the peer group was, how it groomed you as a person.
Okay, so the peer group, just because of the nature of the entrance exam, is a very, very diverse group. The people are from different parts of the country and a lot of times outside the country as well. So just the sheer number of different perspectives that I was exposed to right after leaving school, and not just coming across different perspectives, but eventually in the journey developing a sort of acceptance towards new perspectives is something that still to date helps me big time in a professional setting as well, because I think once you develop that acceptance that there might be a lot of different people coming with different backgrounds, and you will always have something to learn from someone. That is one thing that IPM has really taught me, that there are very different people out there, and someone will always teach you a thing or two that you didn't know before. So I think that way, plus a very competitive peer group, and competitive in a good manner, because you can never slack with that kind of a peer group, because everyone has come through a very rigorous, very difficult entrance exam, the entrance process. Plus everyone who stays in IPM through every year, they go through a certain kind of academic rigor, plus a certain kind of extracurricular exposure that always keeps you on your toes. So I think that kind of a peer group is very rare to have right from your undergrad, where everyone's doing different things. Someone's into coding, so they're following their interest in coding. Someone's really into, say, psychology or social work, so they're doing multiple undergrad degrees along with what they're doing right now. So I think that kind of a peer group that's very driven, very determined, that kind of a peer group, and very diverse. So yeah, the 3Ds. So yeah, I think that kind of a peer group is very rare to have and plays a huge role in what you become a few years or even months down the line. I don't know who said that, but the famous thing about you're always the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So I think IPM, that manner, is a very natural selection of very amazing people to be the average of.
Yeah, I think the sheer diversity helps you push yourself to be a better version of yourself. So again, as you shared, someone is good at this, someone is doing a lot of internships, someone is great at academics. It's not just the cultural diversity, but again, these things just make you push that he is also doing. I can do better as well. I think
Exactly.
that's one thing that's very great about IPM. You were also part of various clubs and committees, and even the fests that are conducted here. So, can you just share how being a part of those helped you building yourself?
Okay, so clubs, committees. I was a part of of multiple clubs and committees, both during my undergrad and postgrad. I was heading the media committee in my undergrad. I was a part of the DepSoc. Different. I was initially a part of the entrepreneurship cell. Moving to postgrad, I was a part of the alumni committee and UTSA, which is the marketing fest. Um, all of these different student bodies, I think one thing before coming to the student bodies bit is something that I would like to mention again, that IPM undergrad beyond your academics is a very student-led course, in the sense that the students determine a lot of what happens outside of acads. So in that manner, you learn management right from year one, because I can draw straight parallels in terms of what I did in undergrad, how I apply those learnings right now in my professional environment, in terms of organizing things, in terms of dealing with people. As the MediaCom secretary, which I don't remember the exact nomenclature that was. We used to call it president in later years. But yeah, as the MediaCom president, I was dealing with a big team, and that is something that will always stay with you. Team management is something that will not change. You will have to, at every point in your life, manage people, deal with different kinds of people. I was organizing events. I was looking at creating awareness for the IPM course. So all of these small things, if you just break it into the softer skills and the harder skills, I think in both of these manners, clubs, committees were definitely a really big part of my learnings throughout IPM, because there's a lot of academic learning that happens in IPM in the classes, and there's a lot of learning outside of it that happens through these clubs, committees, in which you actually are in a professional setting that is also subject to reviews like a company is, that handles good budgets like a company manager does. So I think all of those things that were just a part of my life right from year one of undergrad. So in that manner, yes, clubs, committees really helped me develop new skills that I didn't know. Like, for example, something as simple as social media marketing. We were really into it right from year one, as to how to just make your fest better, how to get tickets through your social media page, how to sell tickets through your social media pages. All of those small things actually really add up to something bigger at the end of it, which you don't realize while you're working in the clubs, committees. And later on, like right now, when I look back, I just realized that how much of the skills that I developed at the end of 5 years was just working on these small projects as a part of the club committees, reaching out to companies for sponsorships, etc. I think that really translates into some hard skills that you realize later on. So that way, clubs, committees have been really significant in this journey. And apart from the skills bit, you sort of develop a very small family in the clubs, committees / fests. And I think there's an element of some sort of shared struggle in these clubs, committees, or the fests, especially the crisis situation dealings, all of that. When you go through these phases of shared struggle with a group of people, you just sort of develop a small family that has seen common things and evolved in a certain manner, and those are people that you really turn to also later on. So I think in that manner also, clubs and committees have played a really great role.
I think, again, you might not be aware of what you are learning right now when you are a part of the committee. But as you move ahead, as you have said, you understand the importance and what you have actually gained through that period of time. Again, so we all say IPM is, and it is actually a very academically rigorous course. So what do you suggest to your juniors and the upcoming batches, how to just maintain this balance between all those things?
Okay, so there's no one size fits all here. I would just say that even though it's an academically rigorous course, I think it gives you enough and more opportunities to explore while performing decently in your acads. So one thing for sure would be prioritize in terms of what you want, not just in terms of what you want to do, but just be a little more self-aware in terms of what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, because believe me, half of your academic rigor or the journey is successful right when you realize that, okay, these are the subjects I can score well in, these are the subjects I probably don't do really good in. So you know how to balance, and with all of this relative grading system, you sort of get the hang of the system in a while. So I'll just say that be aware of what you're good at, what are the areas that you need to manage a little better in, because all you need is a couple of subjects that you can do good in, and you're fine with doing average in the rest of the subjects. So I think the relative grading also plays a good role there, that it sort of saves you from bearing the brunt of doing well in all of the subjects. So that pressure is not there once you've figured out, okay, this is my area, this is not my area, and this is where I focus in. Do not get, I think this is a problem that I experienced initially, is when you enter IPM, you might just get intimidated by the number of smart people you're surrounded with. You just feel like I was the superstar in my school, and now I'm in a place where everyone is a respective superstar from their former school, and how do I manage it here? And there's a certain degree of imposter syndrome that might also kick in there. But I think IPM is one place where I've seen a lot of people excel in different things. If you find your calling, take steps in that direction, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of resources, both academic or just the people around. I think IPM is a great place to figure out what you want, the kind of networking you can do there with your MBA counterparts. You get to interact with a lot of people who are at a much senior position. There are people from army backgrounds who come to do courses in IIM Indore. So I think the kind of people you interact with, just talk to more people, figure out what are your areas of interest, and take steps in that direction. And it's very easy to do that in IPM because of the exposure it gives you through clubs, committees, through fest, or through different internships that are floated nowadays, through the social internship, through the foreign exchange program. There's so much to explore. Just don't hold yourself back from going out there, taking that leap of faith sometimes, that even if you think this is something that is going to hit your ACAD slightly, but that's something that you really want to explore, just go, just explore different things. Don't be extremely just into your ACADs, because at the end of the day, what IPM does is it makes you a really, really well-rounded professional. And if you're not looking beyond your ACADs, you're probably not walking towards that goal of being a well-rounded professional. So look beyond your ACADs, do well in ACADs. ACADs are important. Find out your strengths and weaknesses, figure out the subjects that you like. Reach out to faculty members if you have a problem with one of the most supportive faculty members I've heard of or met. So yeah, I think seek help from your peers, from your faculty, go beyond ACADs, try to maintain decent grades while juggling other things, and just live through your IPM years, because once you're out of college, you'll realize that it was probably a dream life that you were living.
I think that was really, really well summed up. And all the junior students must have gained something from this insightful talk. Again, so you earlier mentioned that students come in with a lot of aspirations, but some want to be in finance, some want to be in consulting, some want to be in marketing, but they're not really knowing the details about it, the intricacies that go within. So you are currently working in the marketing field. So when did you realize that marketing is where you want to build your career? How did that come to you?
Okay, am I allowed to say that I still don't know whether marketing is my place? Because I think I'm still figuring it out. Marketing is something that I really, really enjoy doing right now. But I don't know whether this is the because there's nothing really else that I've tried a lot. So yeah, I think marketing is something that I really enjoy, but what I mean to say is, do not come under the pressure that you need to have it figured out in your undergrad, that what do you want to do, because as someone sitting outside of the college working as in the marketing field, I'm not sure whether this is the field for me. even after enjoying it a lot, because I keep saying that there's a lot to explore. So yes, I think it's a process. This is something that I've experienced. This is something I really like. There might be fields that I experience later on that I like better. So I think even for the same goes for both the undergrad and postgrad students, that you probably explore on the go. You understand that this is something that's working for you, this is something that's not working for you. There are a lot of subjects that we are taught. Go for a lot of internships that you can do. I did a lot of internships in different fields during my IPM years. A lot of my friends would be surprised, but I voluntarily took up a finance internship during my undergrad years. I did like a strategy internship. I did a couple of marketing internships because I seem to be really liking marketing. So do a lot of internships, do life projects, go for things beyond what college offers you to explore your areas of interest, because at the end of the day, that is something only you can figure out for yourself. But do not do that under some certain kind of pressure ki by the time my undergrad ends, मेरे को सब पता होना चाहिए कि मेरे को life में क्या करना है. Half of the people I'm working with also do not have extremely certain idea of what field do they belong to, and it's fine. You have all the time in the world. IPM has a great age advantage, so use that use that in your favor, and you have time to explore, try out different things. You'll eventually realize.
So I think to summarize, I can say that we should not restrict ourselves to a particular field.
Correct.
Even if we know about it, or even if we are interested in, we need to explore more. I mean, we never know. We never know which field might interest us more as we go ahead, or which is best suitable to us. So I think to end this meet, can you share what you are currently doing as the marketing manager of Bajaj Auto Limited in brief?
Okay, I have had a very, I think I lucked out with my first year management trainee stint in Bajaj Auto. I had a very unusual trajectory of working in the digital side, in the brand side. I started with the digital marketing team, where I was working with marketing automation, chatbots, etc., etc. Then I came to the brand side. I worked on the Pulsar launch a bit. Then I worked on Dominar brand, which was largely about organizing rides, building a community, getting people together for the sheer love of bikes. I also traveled to good places as a part of that stint. After that, I'm right now working with three-wheelers brands, which is a very different segment compared to a hardcore biking riders segment. So right now I'm daily interacting with different auto wale bhaiyas to get consumer insights, which is a very different group compared to a Dominar touring riders group. So yes, I think I have had a very lucky stint. I lucked out with the kind of experiences I've had within a span of 1 year. I've gotten a lot of autonomy to build things here, to implement my ideas, to try out new things with all the excitement and energy that I would want to. So I think, yes, that way it has been a great journey so far. I didn't expect it to be this colorful at the beginning. But looking back, I just think everything happened right time, right place. And I've really learned a lot within this 1 year. I've learned a lot about marketing, about creating things, about both the back end and the jazzy, fancy world of marketing, of teaser shoots, launches, etc. So yes, it has been a marketing stint that I would have dreamt of in my MBA years.
That was again very insightful. Thank you so much, Anusha, for joining in. I genuinely feel that the juniors and all the future aspirants must have gained a lot from what you shared in this meet. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Do subscribe to the SuperGrads channel.